This is your daily horoscope for 8th June 2021, which is a Tuesday. And before we begin, I want to let you know that I do daily video horoscopes, weekly video horoscopes, monthly video horoscopes, monthly sun rising sign video horoscopes. You can watch them all on my channel or on my website called www.realmofastrology.com. That being said, please hit the subscribe button and let's get started. So before I get into the chart for today, I want to talk about the fact that we are in the balsamic phase of the moon, almost there. And this is a phase 2 to 3 days before the new moon. This is a point where we do a lot of releasing, subconscious releasing, emotional releasing, letting go of things. And this energy, this process can make us feel tired or emotionally drained. So I just thought I'd mention that. Which brings me to my next thing, that we have a new moon solar eclipse on June 10th, which we are building up to. And this is an eclipse. So we are in between eclipses. There was an eclipse on May 26th. There will be an eclipse on June 10th. And this period between eclipses is fated, it's karmic, it's potent, it's destined. And soon after the eclipse on June 11th, Mars will change signs from Cancer to Leo, and Mercury retrograde will conjunct the Sun. That will be another powerful day to talk about. And June 14th, Saturn and Uranus square is coming exact. We will feel the Saturn-Uranus square energy all year, which I talk about in every video. So right now we are building up to that energy. The energy is building up. That being said, let's talk about today. So I'm going to move back the chart a little bit for you guys to see this, and then we'll talk about the other aspects. So the first thing happens at about 4 in the morning, and at 4 in the morning, the moon is going to trine Pluto. 120-degree angle, this facilitates things, and this is happening in earth signs, so a lot connected to a material reality, a lot connected to our finances, stability, security. We'll feel positive about it, or things will begin to start falling in place in a material sense at about 4 a.m. Then the moon's gonna move on, and at about 8 a.m. Pacific time, at about 8 a.m. Pacific time, it is going to sextile Mars. And this is also positive. This is a moment where we might feel very positive about taking action, finding the courage within ourselves, finding that strength, that willpower, that drive. So this is a moment that can happen. Perhaps something at 4 a.m. falls place in a material sense, or transforms in our lives in a material or emotional sense. And then 2 to 3 hours later, that facilitates us to say, hey, now I can take action. I feel good about this, so I can take this next step. I have the courage now. Something's motivated me. So that might happen. And Mars did go through a major Pluto opposition a few days ago, and this was our drive, our courage, our willpower transforming, healing in a certain way. So perhaps something connected to that is also coming back. And the next thing that I want to talk about is that the moon's going to change signs today, and that happens at about noon. Okay, so the moon's entered the sign of Gemini, you can see, and the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. And when it changes signs, the focus of our life shifts in certain ways. For the past 2.5 days, we've had a more stable sort of energy. We've been focused more on our skills, values, self-worth, finances. And now for the next 2.5 days, we will be focused on facts, on thinking, on communicating. But this energy is going to be very overwhelming because it's Gemini. Gemini is a lot of energy. It's a very restless energy. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It cannot sit still. Gemini energy. I'm not talking about Geminis, I'm just talking about the energy. And this Gemini energy is only going to be magnified because we have so much energy in Gemini, and the North Node is in Gemini. So a lot of stimulation, a lot of things happening, and it becomes important at this time to do the opposite, which is what? Take time out to relax and nurture yourself, because the Gemini energy can be overwhelming, overstimulating. So we need to find calmness in that. That happens at noon. The moon's going to change signs at noon, and it will conjunct the North Node, the Sun, Mercury, all in the next 2 days. Okay, so that's pretty much the energy for today. I would say the morning's going to be a positive start to the day, and then the energy will shift by noon, and I do want to mention that today is a sort of a build up, today into tomorrow, because June 10th is an eclipse. It's a new beginning. June 11th, Mercury retrograde and the Sun are conjuncting, Mars is entering Leo, and June 14th is the Saturn Uranus square exact. So till then, we are building up into these things. Now, I'll give you a brief background on what's been happening in the astrology. If you've seen this before, skip it to the card reading. I will pick a card for the energy for the day. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is the Saturn Pluto conjunction. These planets conjuncted in Jan of 2020, and they conjuncted after 38 years, which means they started a new cycle after 38 years and ended a cycle of 38 years. And this conjunction changed our material reality in a powerful way. And we will be in this energy till 2053, till these two planets meet up again. The next thing is the Saturn Jupiter conjunction. These planets meet once in 20 years, and they met up in December of 2020, starting another 20-year cycle, which will stay with us till 2040. In the next 2 years, we will lay the foundation for the next 20 years. The third thing I want to talk about is the Saturn Uranus square, which is building. We are seeing that happening. It comes exact on June 14th. Saturn and Uranus square. We will feel this energy all year, even into next year. And this is the most important event of 2021. And this event is all about getting rid of old things, old thought patterns, old structures, and embracing the new. It is also about finding your authentic self. Okay, and the last thing that I will talk about is the North Node and the South Node. The North Node is in Gemini and the South Node is in Sagittarius. They were in the same placement between 2001 and 2003. So certain themes, events, people, situation can come back into your life for review, to resolve, to build on, or to close out completely, because these nodes are karmic. And now I will pick a card for the day. So that's all the background for today. And let's see what the universe has in store. Always falls on the floor these days, so I'm going to pick it up. Today is a change in the wind, and this to me makes a lot of sense that we will have a powerful new beginning on June 10th with the solar eclipse, and that will be a change in our lives, a change in the wind. And I'm not surprised that we got this card, because we are building up to a lot of changes coming up, and these changes, I believe, can even be completely transformative to us. And this period between eclipses, we might have seen glimpses of the change that is building for us. So yes, I do think there's going to be a change in the wind, and the message for today is that we are in the build-up to a lot of change, to a new beginning. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.